Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on TNA Impact Wrestling 27th of April 2017. We kick off the show with Josh Matthews coming out with members of TNA Impact office to say that this company won't tolerate bullying announcers anymore. I kind of feel this is a shot at WWE. Don't know if it is. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it really feels like a massive shot at the JBL bullying accusations. Obviously, this was filmed last week, so they were still fresh in our mind at that point. So, if it is, good job, guys. He spent the last week in meetings in Nashville to make sure he had the breaking news tonight. The HR guy says that he is here to address Jeremy Borash inflicting violence on a colleague last week. Josh yanks the paperwork out of his hand and informs him that he is suspended. He tells him he has got to go. Borash protests because he hasn't missed a show in 15 years, but he takes his headset off and goes quietly after Pope whispers something in his ear and shakes his hand. We do not know what he said. I do want to know. Josh says his streak of never missing a show is over. The office folks escort Borash to the guardrail, which he hops over and walks out. Josh says he can take up a collection from the fans to pay his bills for the next 30 days while he's suspended. He plops his ass into the seat and we go into our opening match. This was a good segment. I liked this. And you do know he has still not lost his streak because he was here for the show. Just saying. Don't know, just saying on that one. But yeah, I liked it. And then we go to our first match, Trevor Lee versus Matt Sydal, also known as Evan Bourne. Helms distracts the referee, but Sydal kicks Lee into Helms, knocking him off the apron. Then Lil drills Lee with a high knee, followed by a Sydal press for the win. It was a good match. I like Matt Sydal. I never really liked him that much as Evan Bourne. Mainly because he was a bit bland, but he seems to have got a better character development and everything like that in the indie scene. So I like that. It's really good. And then Sienna finds Karen Jarrett backstage and says she still hasn't seen this alleged GWF Women's Champion, but Karen says a match is coming up. She suggests that Sienna pulls up a chair because she's getting a match with her next week. I like this. Karen Jarrett with a purpose. It's good. And then EC3 comes to the ring, sits on a chair in the middle of the ring to deliver a message to the new regime here who wants to make Impact great. He carried this company on his back for 3 years and he doesn't deserve respect. He demands it. He has a message for Bruce Pritchard, who told him to take a good long look in the mirror and find the real EC3. He did that and saw a demigod, a man who ran over this company and went undefeated for an eon. The crowd chanted, "Still the man," at EC3, who said he will not be pushed aside by any new talent coming into this company because he will eviscerate, extract, them and send them back to the glory hole from whence they came. Fuck off. Sorry, I never read that joke. The glory... Jesus Christ. He also had a message for the fans regarding whether they support him or not. They can kiss his privileged, perfectly round ass. He will once again become the world champion at Slammiversary because he's not just the best guy here, he's the best guy everywhere. I think I have a few people that may beg to differ with that one, mate, but let's keep going. He also has a message for James Storm. He knows he's and will blame him for costing him the world title, but he is like a ghost who's haunted this place for 15 years, and just like everyone else who built this place, he is nothing more than an overrated piece of crap. What a disrespectful little prick. I want to knock the shit out of him. Storm comes out with a microphone in one hand and a beer bottle in the other. EC3 bows to the floor just as Storm rolls in the ring. Storm doesn't blame EC3 at all for what happened, because he knows that he's just jealous because unlike all the other names he talked about, he is still here. He has been out of the world title picture for a long time, but that's because he wanted to give the young punks like EC3 a chance to make their name here. He's not mad because he can beat EC3's ass anytime he wants to. EC3 laughs and said no, but Storm says if anyone wants to know anything about him, that's the Cowboys don't dance, they boogie and drink a lot of beer. Storm says EC3 is fugly and then says his family isn't here to protect him anymore, and to get in the ring and fight him. EC3 says he's sorry about damn luck because it's not going to happen. He starts to leave. Storm says we should call him EC bitch. Chance, obviously. EC3 takes the shirt off, goes into Storm, who proceeds to beat the crap out of EC3. Storm goes for the last call, but EC3 bails to the floor and uses Stevie, the production team member, as a human shield so he can kick Storm in the ding dong. Really? Next person you wanted to use the word ding dong. I would have just said penis or dick, but ding dong's fine. EC3 rolls Storm back in the ring and hits a 1% and then poses next to Storm sparring form. He picks up and says, "Sorry, cowboy, I'm the Carter, and this company needs me." It was a great segment. They're having a rivalry, which I really do like at the minute, so it's pretty damn good. And then KM is in a restaurant. He's given the check and he says that was good. The waiter says he's glad he enjoyed the meal, but KM says he never said that. KM stands up and asks him if he was calling him a liar. The waiter says no, sir, so KM tells him to make like a tree and get the hell out of here. Jesus Christ. He says the problem with this country is nobody knows how to do their job anymore. It was a weird segment. Isn't that just Biff Tanner's stick from Back to the Future? Okay. Jesus. And then we go to Christina Von Eerie. She talks about winning the GWF World title, and she said she wants to unify it with a knockout bout because she is a patron saint of filth. Well, something to aspire to. I don't know. That was weird. And then we have that match, her versus Ava Story. Von Eerie comes back with a series of closed arms headbutt, finishes her with a second rope straight jacket lung blower. Fairly good match, I enjoyed it. And then Swoggle comes out the crowd and messes Split's hair up. Quite amusing, to be fair. Is that the time he takes his trousers off? Yeah. I think he manages to pull his trousers off as well at that point. It was quite funny, to be fair. Then we go to Loki does a video package about talking about the pioneering Days X division of Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles. Which was alright. Then we see a video package looking at the tragic destruction of the Wolves at the hands of the evil Yoko Ono and Julian Love, who convinced her husband David Richards that Eddie Edwards forgot about him once he was on the world title. Yeah, that was alright. And then Mackenzie Michelle is backstage with Alberto Patron, who says he is the next one in line for the shot at the Impact World title. Magnus comes in and says he's won the 8-man match. He's also the GWF World Champion. That's his golden ticket. Karen Jarrett comes in and says she is tired of bickering over who gets the next title shot. And by the way, Magnus doesn't have a golden ticket, he has a world title. Karen said that Alberto sorry, I messed that up. Magnus will face off in 2 weeks for the GWF World title, and the winner will get the next shot at the Impact World title. Oh, that's not bad. I like that. And then we see Moose leaving football to become a professional wrestler and working in Japan and continuing to be a beast. That was alright. Then we have the Grand Championship match. Moose versus the Loner Wolf now. Not Lone Wolf, Davey Richards. Because Lone Wolf is Baron Corbin's! You prick. Davey kicks Moose's leg out and goes right after him for a figure four this time. Cinches it in. Moose tries to power David's legs off but can't do it and is stuck in the middle of the ring until time runs out. Davey wins the first round with a unanimous decision. Second round, the trade shots in the middle of the ring. Moose hits a bicycle kick, goes for a game changer. Time runs out at the end of the round. Moose wins on a split decision. And then third round begins. Davey quickly gets an ankle lock. About a minute left. Moose is right in the middle of the ring. Eddie Edwards suddenly rushes the ring, goes after Davey. Even the ref calls for the bell. Winner by DQ, Davey Richards. Obviously, the belt cannot change hands on a DQ. Security pull Eddie back, and Davey yells at him to get in the ring. Moose's football player friends who came to ringside get in the ring. Davey shoves one of them. He doesn't react, so Davey shoves him again. Football player shoves him on his ass. Davey charges the other football player, picks Davey up, slams him, and then the first one gets right in his face and starts yelling at him. Okay. It was fine. Then we go to Congo Kong versus Matt Silman. Silman bails right to the floor, gets cornered by a kissy drunk Laurel Van Ness. The best knockout ever. Allowing Kong to nail him, dump him back in the ring. The other guy tries for a drop kick, but Kong hits him with one of his own, followed by an avalanche splash in the corner. The guy tries to hammer him with forearms and a jawbreaker, but doesn't phase him. Tries a crossbody, but Kong catches him, hits a tilt-a-whirl side slam, running cannonball from Kong, and then drags him into the middle of the ring, and then hits a top rope splash for the win. Really good match. Congo Kong is showing a lot of impressive athleticism, especially for a guy of that size. I do like it. Then we have the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, Fuller Bar and Mario Bokara versus the Veterans of War. Mayweather is briefly caught in the wrong part of town. No sells a double suplex and clotheslines Baraka, and then dumps Bar to the floor. Wilco tags back in and hits a pop-up into a spine buster, and then almost hit the finisher, the Carnage Plex for the win. It was an alright match, and then Mayweather grabs the right, introduced them to the crowd after the match. He says Veterans War isn't just a name, they are who they are. He served 2 tours in Iraq, and Wilcott is a Marine who served a tour in Afghanistan and a tour in Iraq. You get the USA chance. Mayweather said they didn't do that because they had to. They did it because they thought it was their duty to. They respect the flag and they would do it again in a heartbeat. They are both separate from the military, but the warriors live on inside them, and they are proud of what the flag stands for. Now they're bringing the fight to Impact, and they want a shot at the tag titles because together they are one. They are the Veterans of War. I love the promo. I cannot wait to see what these guys can do. We come back and we see Swoggle beating the holy fuck out of Rockstar Spud with a hammer. He is literally battering him, swinging it at securities, referees, anyone who's trying to stop him. He keeps hitting Spud, and then he grinds the handle of the hammer to his ear, and then just wrecks Spud with it. He hit him like 20 bloody times. It's mental. I loved it. Good job, Swoggle. Then Eli Drake is backstage and says, we had a live Impact last week and he was nowhere to be found, but all these yahoos walk off on the street and to do something, but not them. Anyone who wants a title shot can come on in. Alberto walks in, he's champion on the day one. He asked Tyrus if he's ever listening right now. Tyrus said yeah, he's jealous because he's being ignored. Drake says he needs to go take care of this and make something happen. Alright, promo. And then we have the World Tag Team Title match, street fight between LAX and DK. I predicted the winner of this match anyway because of Steve, but Abyss launches a chair straight into Ortiz's head, knocking him literally silly. It was mental. That was a nice spot. Rosemary goes for the mist on Ortiz. He moves. Rosemary gets Abyss in the face, and then I think Ortiz puts Abyss through a barbed wire board. It was good. The finish, Santana suplexes Abyss into the board. Then Diamato, I don't know, comes in and suplexes Rosemary into next week. Sorry, that was still part of the same spot. The finish actually is LAX hits a blockbuster powerbomb combo through a table onto Tax to uncover Steve for the win. It looked brutal and it was a hell of a match. A hell of an Impact. I have enjoyed this Impact, I'm not going to lie. It's been a lot of fun, especially that main event. There was a lot of weapon spots. No blood as much, but it was still good anyway. I did enjoy it. But as always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. Subscribe to see more content. Please support me on Patreon, link in the description below, and I'll catch you later.